From very early on, the people of God have passed down to us a biblical principle that seeks to honor God with the first and the best of what we have produced or earned by our livelihoods. We can easily understand this principle by using 10 apples. Each of these apples represents the various things we believe we should spend on to have a good life. One apple is for food. Another is for shelter. One is for the medical care for ourselves and our families. Another is for our children's education costs. One apple is for fun and entertainment. Remember, all work and no play. And of course, we must never forget to save for retirement. And so forth and so on. But then we get to the red apple. This 10th apple is the one God's people have said goes first to God's temple to serve the people. This beautiful apple is our offering of love to the God who first loved us. Now, as human love is apt to do, it occasionally misses the mark. Sometimes it gets a little hard for us to live on 9 apples, doesn't it? So we start to cut into the Lord's apple. I mean, he won't mind, will he? You know, it's for that trip that we were going to take the whole family on. After all, God is all for families, and we like eating out a lot, and God knows there are so many good things to celebrate year-round. Oh, and I didn't set aside enough money for Christmas. I know Jesus is all about celebrating Christmas. The car is getting to be 5 years old, starting to look a little worn. And the house, well, it's just not as satisfying as it used to be. We really do need a big screen home entertainment system to entertain our friends and neighbors. The Lord is all about fellowship, right? So we start nibbling into the Lord's apple for things we know we must have, because these are all good things that we need. Aren't these things blessings from God anyway? And we finally come to a place where we say, Lord, this is for you. This is what I give to you. What might God's apple look like if it was the first one we offered up before anything else? What would God's apple look like if we reflected just a little bit of God's love for us and our hurting world?
And so begins our 2018 Stewardship Support Campaign. You are invited next Sunday in the small sanctuary down the hall next to the coffee to a town hall conversation to discuss our hopes and needs as a congregation for the coming year. We hope some of you will be there for that. Also, this year, November the 12th, is what we're calling our Support Sunday. And that will be the Sunday that we ask or invite all of us to commit our lives and our resources to the work of this church. And so there are a few more features to this campaign that'll be introduced next week, so stay tuned. Also, Mary Ann Bashir has suggested that because she's so good cutting apples, she'll make all of us an apple pie. So just see her for that. Thank you.